they were giving out these really fancy, like, free hot chocolates at my workplace. I don't know if it was earlier this week or last week at this point, but pretty much all of my coworkers got one except for me, just because of the way like my schedule worked out that day. And I was really bummed. And so all week I wanted to make myself a fancy hot chocolate. And then here we are. This video was originally supposed to take place just in the bed. I'm just gonna cuddle up, chat. But this week's been really nuts. So I'm cooking chicken right now, like right next to the camera. If you can hear sizzling, that's why. And I was like, hey, we're just gonna cook and chat. Cause I'm not cooking chicken. I'm cooking tofu covered in butter chicken sauce that's been marinating for like 4 days. And then I've got some rice noodles to go with it, and I'm really curious to see how it turns out. Because I have a really complicated relationship with butter chicken to start off with. And then this obviously is an actual butter chicken, so we'll see what happens. Here's aforementioned butter chicken. Yeah, no, I don't actually have a plan for what this video is going to be about. I just had a very long, stressful week. And I kept trying to come up with a video idea and nothing really worked. This week is just really nuts. It's Black Friday tomorrow at the time of me filming, and I work retail. So, like, it's gonna be crazy. And I've got plans today. I have an appointment at the bank, and then I'm gonna go do a little bit of pre-shopping for Black Friday. It's just so skinny. Oh man, this is hilarious to me. Yeah, no, it's been a very, it's been a long, funny, chaotic, traumatic week. And sitting down and chatting felt nice. Plus, I always wanted to be an actual, like, traditional old school vlogger that I watched back in middle school and high school. Just eat one of these marshmallows. Trying to stab a marshmallow with a candy cane and it's not working. This is like very intense. I mean, oh, so close. And yet, so far. Anyways, this video was supposed to be me talking about my PTSD. It's something I don't acknowledge or talk about. But it's a hard thing to bring up. But the reason this week has been so crazy is I had quite the PTSD trigger. Actually last week now. It was on the weekend last week, I remember that much. And it's something for me that happens so infrequently, especially on the scale that it happened on, that I mean, I was obviously completely taken off guard. I wasn't expecting it. But you never really expect it. Now this is a shiv. You could definitely murder someone with this candy cane. There we go. Life hack, if you ever want to murder someone with a candy cane, just leave it in hot chocolate for a few minutes. And then obviously cover it in your saliva so that they can really easily track who did it. It's like super duper tiny at this point. It's quite funny. I'm also just really bad at communicating when things are happening. Was on my way to work that the trigger happened, and then shortly after I got to work, something happened that just kind of exacerbated it more than anything. Like, it was something that on a regular day wouldn't have mattered, but because I was already kind of not doing so well, it made things a lot worse. Which was interesting. And no, it was not the fault of my job or my coworkers or like any. It was honestly just, it had nothing to do with work. It had nothing to do with my coworkers. It was just one of those things that like happens and usually isn't a big deal except for when it is. For no, like, obviously there's a valid reason, but you know, when someone asks why did that upset you, you don't want to go back all those years and talk about all the awful stuff that happened to you, and it's just tricky, because like, you can't just say, oh, my PTSD got triggered, because it sounds kind of bullshit. Like, I'm so good at hiding my mental illness that sometimes even I forget it's there. And then stuff like this happens, and of course no one else around me is aware this is something I deal with. It's a very interesting experience. I feel like the butter chicken is almost done, let's be real. I mean, I'm gonna keep calling it butter chicken, because that's what I do for kind of all of my vegan food, is I'm not like, oh, my vegan hot dogs and my vegan milk. I'm just like, no, it's milk and hot dogs, like, I don't need to specify to everyone every time I talk about my diet that it happens to be vegan, because, alright, I feel like this is as butter chicken-y as we're going to get. I'm going to turn it to a very low heat, just to let it kind of simmer, because I don't feel like taking it off the stove right now. And we're just going to put something on the burner next to it, because I do want to make some pasta, or some, I guess, rice pasta to go with this. So we'll get that boiling. Oh, I'm sorry, it's actually a bean noodle. I picked it up because I really like vermicelli. I used to call it angel hair pasta when I was a kid. And I found some while I was shopping, and I was like, hey, oh, yeah, I'm gonna wait for the water to boil while that one simmers, like, basically off, but I can't be bothered to take it off the stove right now, so. Yeah, no, I'm so good at kind of not dealing with my mental illness that sometimes I forget it's there, or I forget, like, the severity to which it's there. So when somewhere I've only been working at for, I mean, less than 3 months, and suddenly it's hard to go up to your boss and say, I had a PTSD trigger, I need to go home, on like a normal circumstance. I hate leaving work. That actually stresses me out. I hate leaving work, I hate calling in sick, I hate, admitting anything's wrong. So I finished my shift, which was a full shift, and it was an experience, and I really should have gone home, and I really wish I had. And I hope in the future that I will be able to make that decision. But I know it's something that is just hardwired into me, and I have a really hard time being like, hey, I'm sick, I need to go home. I have a hard time when it's a physical illness. It's even harder when it's mental. My mental health has just been really interesting these last couple of weeks. I had a really, really hard time in November last year. And I got one of those, like, Facebook memories, but my phone just does it as well. It's like, hey, here's a photo that you took 4 years ago today, or in this case, it was here's a video that you filmed a year ago today, and it's a jarring thing to wake up to. I think that is the issue with so many like memory things, is that I know a lot of us have things we don't so much want to remember, and there is a function on Facebook to turn off memories from a certain day to a certain day. I'm not sure what it is or how or anything like that. I saw it and I was like, okay, that comes in handy. And I was thinking, but I don't really have anything I need to block out. And then a few days later, I got a memory notification from my phone about some videos I had filmed talking about mental illness, and my mental illness specifically, because it's not something I talk about. And I woke up like first thing in the morning, and I just remembered where those videos came from. Like I remembered the context in which I filmed them. I was like, okay, cool, no big deal. And then I went to work and around like 5:30 that day. Like I saw the videos at about 9 a.m. Around 5:30 that day, the severity of the situation, I guess, just kind of hit me. And I just had to ask my boss. I was like, I need to go on break right now. It was 5 minutes before my break. I was like, can I just go 5 minutes early? I need to go cry. And I had intended to talk to my boss about what exactly was happening, but we never got a chance because it was busy and crazy and like whatever. And then it's been a week or two now. It's been a week and a half. I don't know. It's been quite a while. So bringing it up to her now seems kind of weird. I feel like I should, though. I have several bosses, for point of clarification, but the one who more typically manages my store and who I'm closest with, we have a lot in common just as people, so. There's a part of me that's cringing over how expensive this hot chocolate was, because like, vegan food is not cheap. And I think candy canes are more commonly vegan, but those are just like fancy organic ones that I got at this vegan store I go to. It's like a specifically vegan grocery store. Just where I got pretty much everything you guys have seen me cook with lately, because it's just a really cool place, and you don't have to worry about anything or read any of the ingredients, except for in the case of butter chicken, because I can't eat ginger, and most butter chicken marinades come with ginger in them. It's either ginger or cinnamon that makes the flavor, and I can handle cinnamon, and I cannot eat ginger under any circumstances. So I had to be super careful when trying to find a butter chicken marinade that it was both vegan and didn't have any ginger, and that was almost impossible. Oh jeez, oh jeez. The noodles aren't really covered. Interesting. And it's like 3 to 5 minutes that you cook this. What I really want to figure out how to do is that thing that like, I don't know, we had this Vietnamese restaurant in my hometown, and they made little, ow, that's rude. I just bumped the pan. They just make puffed out vermicelli somehow, so there's like air bubbles all along it. And it was really crunchy. And just like amazing. That was one of my favorite things to eat there. And rice paper is the other thing I want to get. I like to eat noodles as they're cooking. I like to eat one raw and then one when it's been in for a few seconds and so on. And I just got some bean pasta real stuck in my throat. This might not be the best one to eat uncooked. Hot chocolate and butter chicken does not sound like a good combo if you ask me. We stir the angel hair pasta. We test, ouch, the angel hair pasta. I'm kind of curious about the whole bean noodle concept, to be totally honest. That's some angel hair pasta. You can see the marinade jar in there. I definitely made enough, like, buttered chicken, essentially to last me a few meals, so. Ouch, ouch. I don't know who thought of a metal strainer, but they weren't very smart. Also, there's something, I think I burnt a, how do you burn a vermicelli? Interesting. Like, look at that. Look, oh, jeez. Do you see the brown one? It looks kind of like a worm. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It's like purple. I mean, I have black rice pasta, but what's that? What's that? Also, a noteworthy fact is that I'm really not a fan of, like, food touching So the fact that I've been making bento boxes is kind of a big deal for me. And then I don't know how I feel about this buttered chicken stuff because it's all touching. I don't know if I dig it. I will actually put this in a container soon. It's just in the pan right now, but we're gonna try some vegan buttered chicken. It occurs to me now I probably should have bought more sauce because I only go to that grocery store like once every 2 weeks. I've only got like a little bit of buttered chicken sauce left at this point. We're just gonna pour some of that. We'll leave a little bit for the next time because I definitely have at least 2 servings of the like buttered chicken part of this recipe. Okay, let's see how this goes. I watch a lot of Australian YouTubers. One of my favorite things about Australian YouTubers is they always say, "How did I go?" I don't know why, but I just really appreciate that phrase. It's a good phrase. I'm like really nervous. I don't know how I feel about any of this. I feel like there's not enough sauce for sure, but I've never made butter chickens. I don't know the sauce ratio. I very rarely eat it either for the aforementioned ginger issues. Okay, it's definitely got more spice than I was anticipating. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you why I chose to make vegan butter chicken if I don't like butter chicken much in the first place. I think it's because I couldn't find a good like vegan butter chicken marinade that didn't have ginger, and then I found it and I was like, well, I found it, I got it now. I mean, it's good. Definitely. It's good. I don't know if I'm 100% sold on the buttered chicken aspect. But like marinating tofu is really where it's at. Ooh. Every cliche about white people and spices is totally true about me. And this is a lot more kick than I was anticipating. Oh my god. I don't know why, but that's really satisfying to watch, just the pull. I'm gonna drink the hot chocolate, like why not? That like chunk of chocolate that fell down is literally just a chunk of chocolate at the bottom of the cup. Ooh. I mean, it's good, it's just so spicy. It's so spicy. I break. I'm gonna see if almond milk cups will spice like regular milk does. I usually get like silk almond milk from Safeway, and then I went to the fancy vegan store and I got this fancy almond milk. And I have to say I like silk better. I'm gonna turn the camera off and finish this. It is good. I feel like I'm eating butter chicken. I don't like butter chicken very much though, so. Alright. It's been quite the week. I love you guys. Have a good week. A better week than I've had. And Merry almost Christmas.